Plaintiff Beth O'Rourke says the first time she kissed the defendant, she fell in love with him, and they became inseparable. However, Beth claims a few months into the relationship, she suspected the defendant was using meth, and he eventually admitted to it. Beth is suing him today for dental bills and emotional distress. Defendant Charlie Madison says before he met Beth, he was using meth, drinking heavily, and ended up in trouble with the law. Charlie claims every time he and Beth fought, she threatened to call the police, knowing he was on probation. So he's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Charlie in the summer of 2015 at our apartment building where we live. We met in the pool. He was charming, he was fun, we kissed, I fell in love, and we spent...
After one kiss?
He's a good kisser, and he was... and
You charge money for that, Doug.
Yeah. He's a great, you know, he was a lot of fun, he has a great family. I was excited, we were excited. We were inseparable. And
For how long? When did you break up?
about 7 weeks ago.
Okay. What was going on with the relationship?
So a few months ago, he started acting a little different, and I suspected that he was doing meth, because I know that a long time ago he had a problem with it. I didn't know for sure, but I kept hounding him, bugging him, and eventually he admitted. But he said he loved me, he wasn't gonna do it, we were gonna work it out. I mean, he told me he loved me every day, he kissed me every morning. I was crazy, you know, I'm crazy about him. So eventually the erratic behavior, and then he'd go to the store, and he was always good about it. He'd answer his phone, go somewhere, he's right back. He was very good. And he just started I'm like, where are you? You know, I just started come, go to bed. You know, I just was constantly at him because we were moving farther apart, but we still lived together, but it was and it was really frustrating, and it was really sad. So I believe
What type of excuses would he give you?
Oh, the store was busy, or, you know, he was working, so maybe he came home a little later from work. And he did a lot of things differently. He was always cooking and happy and fun, and things just...
What did you want him to starve and be mad?
No, that was the good part. But then he started to less cooking, less jolly, more mad at me, frustrated with me. And you know, I can be kind of a pain, but I mean, I have nothing
like
but
what? What
love
do you
for
do?
him.
I'll let him tell me about you being a pain. You admit it already. Sorry, let me hear from you.
I met Beth. Well, before Beth, I was with a woman for 8 years. She committed suicide.
Oh, so sorry to hear that.
She hung herself. Then I went, I moved up Northern California, and I was working just some odd jobs up there, and I just had to get out of LA. It was too much pain, and it hurt real bad. And then I was living up there, and then my dad was helping me out here and there, and my pride got in my way, and I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and I ended up doing some meth and doing a lot of drinking, and I got in some crime. I broke into a couple of houses and got 2 counts of second-degree felony burglary, and I'm on probation now. And I met Beth, and my life was looking on up and up. And then slowly fell apart. She accused me of cheating and doing meth. I wasn't doing meth. And
well, 2 things I've heard here, and that is, one, that you covered the pain of your loss and the trauma with drugs. Many people do it, some don't. So I have compassion for you. A lot of folks I don't, but in your case, I certainly do. The other thing, you're admitting it. That's a good sign. Now, the last question I would have for you, have you been relapsing frequently, if at all?
I have not.
And you've been in recovery how long?
I have been about 2 years clean from
2 years clean? All right. And you all would fall out most, she says, in terms of when she needs you or wants to reach out to you, you can't be found. And you have erratic behavior, which indicates symptoms of drug abuse again. So is that the case or not? What do you say to that? You say she's misinterpreting it? Ma'am, you did say he might just tell you he's late for work, or he might tell you he went to the store and there was a long line. Well, if you're smoking crystal meth, it's not just a delay by an hour or two. You delayed a day or two. So
That line has to be real long.
yeah, the line is real long. Right? Yeah. Line is 2 days long. So I don't know. How do you want to respond to that, though?
I'd always come home. I've always kept a job, and meth addicts don't keep jobs.
That's a good point also. All right, what you suing him for, ma'am? Dental bills, how does he owe you for that?
So February of 2017, well, he's had teeth pain the whole time we were together, but his brother's wedding was coming up, so we found a dentist that would take payments, and we started getting some work done in February 2017, and the wedding was in April. And I have pictures of that, and it was agreed that he was gonna pay for that. I don't have that kind of money to spend that.
What do you have pictures of?
Oh, I have pictures of from the wedding.
Of the wedding?
I also have text proving that he'll pay.
No, but you thought he was, were you sure he was gonna pay? All right.
Yeah, he told me he would pay. I have it in the text. That was an agreement.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have did that, ma'am. He'd have had to walk around just like he is on this first picture with his mouth closed. All right, loaning $5,000 to get you a ring. That's what you're still loaning that money for. Yeah.
Judge, he was doing drugs, and I have proof.
What do you have?
I have text messages.
It refers to his drug use?
Yes, it refers to him getting drugs from somebody that lives
Today.
in our...
What up? It's Charlie. How you doing? Next weekend, I want to get a ball.
That weekend, I was going to be gone on a cruise, and that's when I first found out he was getting...
Is that what they call crystal meth, a ball?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
How are you going to conclude it's drugs if you don't know? That sounds like a presidential ball for Trump. I want to get this weekend. I want to get to the ball.
Yeah.
What else?
My word, and that's why we broke up.
Right.
And
tell me about the money, sir. Let's go there first.
And she said, yeah, my brother's wedding was coming up. And she said, wouldn't it be great if you had teeth for the wedding? I said, yeah, it'd be great, but it was a gift.
It was not a gift. It was
She
never
ever
a gift,
asked you
and
for
you're
any
lying.
money back?
No.
All right. And your counterclaim for emotional distress, how does she owe you?
Well, I'm on probation, felony probation, and she'd drink too much, and she'd constantly be throwing the, I'm gonna call the cops. And I'm like, how are the cops gonna help this situation?
All right, so threatening to call the cops so far is all I hear from you. Now, that's not something you should receive emotional distress for. The dental bills that he's denying that you agreed,
And I have
that he
text.
agreed to pay you. Let's see.
And the text saying that he's going
And
to
what
pay
is
me.
your emotional distress for?
I could sit here and talk about it for hours, but
No, you can't. I don't know who told you that.
I have a voice. I have a...
You've been told wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You have what? I need something where it says I
Right
see
here.
all this stuff
Right
saying
here.
that you gave it to him or loaned it. He says it was a gift, so
Here's
show me.
the text saying.
Let me have it, please, Dora.
Also,
The text says that he agrees to pay you?
yes.
Yeah, no BS. I'm down. I want to meet you and your girls. Let's have breakfast some weekend and talk about the future plans. I work 6 days a week. Sorry, Beth, that was not for you. I will pay for my teeth. All right. Wow. Already talking to another woman.
Yeah, because 3 days before that, he wanted to come and see me. I was good to him.
What do you say to this, sir? It says you agreed to pay. Any response? All right, ma'am. Can't grant you emotional distress for having a bad boyfriend. Otherwise, everybody. Do you want your witness to speak? For some reason, she wants to speak, even though I'm going to grant you your judgment. I advise you not to. Whenever
Okay.
person you're going to win, don't say any more.
Yes, sir.
Just take the win.
Yes, sir.
She's not the one going to get the money. So she'll mess your money up, and she'll be fine, and you'll be broke.
Yes,
So
sir.
just keep her quiet.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll grant you your judgment, except for the emotional distress, because as I was saying, you got a lot of bad couples out here, or spouses, or mates, and the lines would be around the corner for courts if you could receive compensation for that, sir. I'm going to dismiss your emotional distress as I see it. $4,200 for you, and sir, hopefully you are off drugs. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Here, that's your stuff.
Thanks.
I wish him the best.
Wish her the best.